jẹ́ olùdíje fúnpò ààrẹ lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC lẹ́yìn tó ti gbìyànjú lọ́dún 2003 2007 àti 2011 tí ò rọ́wọ́ mú. Aṣíwájú Tinubu kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ṣe olùdíje fúnpò igbákejì ààrẹ Buhari nígbà náà, àmọ́ ṣá ó yí ìpinnu ẹ̀ padà láti fa ọ̀kan lára àwọn alájọṣepọ̀ rẹ̀ tó ti fìgbà kan rí jẹ́ kọmíṣánná fún ètò ìdájọ́ nípínlẹ̀ Èkó ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò kalẹ̀ fúnpò igbákejì ààrẹ. Lọ́dún 2015 ni Muhammadu Buhari ṣe kútùpẹ̀ ẹ̀sìn ọba wọlé nínú ìbò ààrẹ lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC láti fòpin sí ìṣèjọba ọlọ́dún mẹ́rìndínlógún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP láti fi ìtàn balẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọ́kọ́ ọrú ẹ̀ tó lùdíje lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alátakò yóò yẹ̀gá mọ́ ààrẹ tó wà lórí àlééfà nídìí lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Kèrèmí kọ́ nípa tí Aṣíwájú Tinubu ti kó nínú ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan ètò ìṣàkóso ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari nígbà tójúṣe rẹ̀ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC náà kò sì tún láfiwé rárá. Ọlọ́pọ̀ oyè ni Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu ẹkùn ọkọ̀ sínétọ̀ Olúrẹ̀mí Tinubu. Ara oyè tó jẹ ni Aṣíwájú ìlú Èkó àti Jagabanti Bogu Kingdom nípínlẹ̀ Niger Kẹ́hìndé Ajíbádé fúnléeṣẹ́ OSBC.
Ní báyìí tí Aṣíwájú Tinubu ti di olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ ilẹ̀ yìí nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC níbi ìdìbò abẹ́lé ẹgbẹ́ náà tó wá ní gúúsùkà nílùú Àbújá ni ó ti yọ gbọ̀ngbọ̀ ju àwọn akẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ lọ. Nínú àkànṣe ìròyìn ọlọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ wa ní Oluchi Amunda ti fojú wo àwọn tó wáyé nínú ìdìbò abẹ́lé ẹgbẹ́ náà, ààbò rere látẹnu Kamil Abdulrahim.
Gbèrò ní gúúsùkù Àbújá níbi táwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress kóra jọ sí láti dìbò yan olùdíje fúnpò ààrẹ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC nínú ètò ìdìbò gbogbogbò ọdún tó ń bọ̀. Ọ̀kanòjọ̀kan ètò ló wáyé ní gúúsùkù pàápàá jùlọ bí kan ṣe ń lọ sókè tó sì tún ń lọ sílẹ̀ kó tó di pé ọ̀rọ̀ náà padà yọrí sí ètò ìdìbò. Ohun tó mú kétò náà kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lójútùú ni báwọn tó fìfẹ́ hàn láti dupò náà ṣe ń jámi lórí èròǹgbà wọn láti fi ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje tí wọ́n faramọ́. Lẹ́yìn ètò ìdìbò náà tó wáyé fún bíi wákàtí mélòó kan ni Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu ti ní ìbò 1,000 àti 429 láti fi jáwé olúborí gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje fúnpò ààrẹ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC, níbi tí mínísítà fọ́rọ̀ ìgbòkègbodò ọkọ̀ Rotimi Amechi tó ṣe ipò kejì níbi ètò ìdìbò náà ti ní ìbò 216 tí igbákejì ààrẹ ilẹ̀ yìí Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò sì ní ìbò 215. Àwọn mẹ́tàlá míì ní Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu dupò náà pẹ̀lú, níbi tá a ti rí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, Pásítọ̀ Túndé Bákàrè, ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ahmed Rufai, Sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Richard Okorocha àti ọ̀gbẹ́ni Jack Ridge. Àwọn yòókù ní gómìnà Ben Ayade, gómìnà Dave Umahi, Ahmed Yerima, Sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Ahmed Lawan, gómìnà Yahaya Bello àti Ogbonaya Onu. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Aṣíwájú Tinubu lẹ́yìn tó jáwé olúborí gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje fúnpò ààrẹ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ló ti ṣèlérí láti ṣàtúnṣe sí gbogbo ìpèníjà tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè níbi tá a ti rí ìpèníjà ètò ààbò àtọ̀nà láti má yípadà tó lórin bí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Ohun tí wọ́n fi káàdì ètò náà nílẹ̀ ní bí ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari ṣe gbé àsíá ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC lé Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu lọ́wọ́. Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu ni yóò kojú olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú People's Democratic Party Alhaji Atiku Abubakar àti ọ̀gbẹ́ni Peter Obi tẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Labour àtàwọn olùdíje míì láti inú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú yòókù nínú ètò ìdìbò gbogbogbò ọdún tó ń bọ̀. Kamil Abdulrahim fún iléeṣẹ́ OSBC.
Nínú ìròyìn tó tún fara pẹ́ ìríje fún ipò ààrẹ ilẹ̀ yìí nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú People's Democratic Party Alhaji Atiku Abubakar tí kì í ríje fún ipò ààrẹ lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress. Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Tinubu kú oríire bó ṣe jáwé olúborí nínú ìdìbò abẹ́lé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà tó wáyé lóṣù tó kọjá. Lẹ́gbẹ́ PDP yan Alhaji Atiku gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú yìí. Lójúpọ̀ ìtàkùn ayélujára rẹ̀ ó ní Alhaji Atiku ti ránṣẹ́ ìkíni kú oríire sí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó nígbà kan rí. bákan náà ni gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá ti bá aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Progressive Congress lórílẹ̀‐èdè aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu yọ̀ lórí bó ṣe jáwé olúborí nínú ìdìbò abẹ́lé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà tó wáyé ní Gizkia nílùú Àbújá níbi ó ti di olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ náà. Gómìnà Oyètọ́lá sọ pé bí sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Tinubu ṣe jáwé olúborí ṣàfihàn jíjáwé ìfẹsẹ̀rinlẹ̀ ètò ìṣèjọba tiwantiwa. Aṣíwájú Tinubu ló díje fún ipò ààrẹ nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC tó sì fẹ̀yìn Rotimi Amechi tó gba ipò kejì bẹ́lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n dìjọ díje. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde tí akọ̀wé ètò ìròyìn fún gómìnà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ismail Omipidan tó fi síta, àwọn ní gómìnà Oyètọ́lá ní ti lé òun ní ìdánilójú nínú sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Tinubu wípé àtò fiṣẹ́ ogun wọn ni. Ó ní ìdìbò abẹ́lé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC tí ó gbé aṣíwájú Tinubu wọlé òun ló wáyé láì ní kọ̀nùkọ̀bù nínú. Wàyí olórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọba ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ọ̀mọ̀wé Olówógbóyèga Oyèbádé ti kí gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá kú oríire ewé olúborí tí aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí Sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Ahmed Bọ́lá Tinubu já nínú ètò ìdìbò abẹ́lé láti yan ìdíje fún ipò ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tó fi síta lórúkọ gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọba, ó ṣàpèjúwe bí ó ṣe jẹ́ olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ náà bí eléyìí tó jẹ́ oríire fún ìran Yorùbá. Lórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọba nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ní oríire yóò tún kan ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí lásìkò ètò ìdìbò gómìnà tí yóò wáyé ní oṣù tó ń bọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ yìí. Gómìnà nígbà kan rí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kano Rabiu Kwankwaso ti wọlé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìdíje fún ipò ààrẹ ilẹ̀ yìí lábẹ́ àsíá ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú New Nigerian Party nínú ìdìbò abẹ́lé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà tó wáyé lónìí. Ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ọ̀hún ló ń ṣe ìpàdé àpapọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ wọn ní pápá ìṣeré ìlú Àbújá níbi tí wọ́n ti ṣètò ìdìbò abẹ́lé wọn. Ọ̀mọ̀wé Rasheed Adébíyì ti gbà àwọn oníròyìn níyànjú láti máa kọ ìròyìn nípa ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wíwá ọ̀nà àbáyọ sí irúfẹ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ju títẹnumọ́ ìṣòro kan lọ. Ọ̀mọ̀wé Rasheed tó jẹ́ ẹni tó ṣe agbátẹrù ètò kan tí wọ́n pè ní Solutions Journalism tó tún jẹ́ olùkọ́ ní Fásitì Fountain lọ́ṣogbo ló tẹnu mọ́ èyí níbi ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọlọ́jọ́ kan tó gbé kalẹ̀ fáwọn oníròyìn káàkiri ẹ̀ka ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adébíyì àtàwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níbi ètò náà níbi tá a ti rí ọ̀mọ̀wé Kamal Salawudeen àti ọ̀gbẹ́ni Mutiu Ayọ̀dá bẹ́ẹ̀ni àtẹ́lu bó ṣe jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kò ṣe fi bẹ́ẹ̀ ronú nípa nǹkan dáadáa tí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí yóò dì nítorí àwọn ìròyìn tí wọ́n máa ń sọ nípa orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tó. Wọ́n ṣàlàyé pé bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ni wọ́n wà nínú ikọ̀ ọ̀hún ṣùgbọ́n tó dára nípa orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lọ́nà àti fi dẹ́kun òkúńjọ̀kan rà lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ láwọn lájọ tí yóò sì máa kópa tó jọjú nínú iṣẹ́ àfọwọ́gùn ara ẹni ṣe fún ìdàgbàsókè wọn ní kí àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n ṣe ojúṣe wọn bó ṣe tọ́ àti bó ṣe yẹ. Lára àwọn tí wọ́n péjú síbi ètò náà ní olùdarí ẹ̀ka eré ìdárayá nílé iṣẹ́ ìyọ̀gbẹ́ni Muyideen Adeleke, igbákejì olùdarí lẹ́ka ìròyìn àtọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ ní rédíò ilé iṣẹ́ arábìnrin Túnráyọ̀ Ayégbáyọ̀, igbákejì lẹ́ka ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ lẹ́ka tẹlifíṣàn ilé iṣẹ́ yìí àtàwọn olóko ní. Láàárọ̀ ọ̀la òun ni ètò gbígba abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára àti ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ fún àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ hajj láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fún tọdún 2022 yóò wáyé. Ètò náà ló jẹ́ ara ìgbáradì láti gbé àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ hajj láti ìpínlẹ̀ yìí lọ sí Saudi Arabia. Mọ́ṣáláṣí tó wà ní sẹkítẹ́rìàtì ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun òun ni ètò ọ̀hún yóò ti wáyé lọ́wọ́ àárọ̀. Akọ̀wé àgbà àjọ náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bọ́lájí Sanni ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí lóṣogbo pẹ̀lú àlàyé pé ìpàdé tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú àjọ tó wà fọ́rọ̀ hajj lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí nílùú Èkó àti Àbújá ni wọ́n ti fẹnu kò lórí ìgbésẹ̀ yìí. Ó fi kún pé lọ́jọ́ 13 àti ọjọ́ 14 oṣù yìí ni wọn yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ hajj lọ sí Saudi. Ó ní ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ náà ṣe kókó káwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ hajj láti ìpínlẹ̀ yìí kí wọ́n ó lè mọ gbogbo ìlànà tó rọ̀ mọ́ iṣẹ́ hajj fọdún yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn aláṣẹ Saudi Arabia ṣe là kalẹ̀. Ó ṣàlàyé síwájú sí i pé káwọn obìnrin tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ hajj láti ìpínlẹ̀ yìí fi àǹkárá ẹgbẹ́jọdọ̀ wọn dá kaba tó kọjá orúnkún pẹ̀lú ṣòkòtò kí ìjáàbù wọn kó sì gùn kọjá orógún. Káwọn ọkùnrin lo fìlà aláwọ̀ gírìn tí ó bá aṣọ wọn mú nítorí aṣọ yìí ni wọn yóò wọ̀ wá síbi ètò náà. Akọ̀wé àgbà àjọ náà rọ àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ hajj láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kí wọ́n rí dájú wípé àwọn tó gbé ẹrù tó tako òfin nítorí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí kò ní fààyè kí wọ́n má ṣe gbé ẹrù tó tako òfin nítorí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kò ní fààyè gba títasẹ̀ àgẹ̀rẹ̀ sófin tó rọ̀ mọ́ iṣẹ́ hajj. Bákan náà ni àjọ tó ń mójútó ìrìn àjò àwọn alálàájì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ti rọ àwọn ọmọ ikọ̀ ètò ìròyìn àjọ náà tí wọn yóò lọ sí ilẹ̀ mímọ́ Mẹ́kà pẹ̀lú àwọn tó fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ wípé kí wọ́n jẹ́ aṣojú ìròyìn fórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà lásìkò tí wọ́n bá wà ní ilẹ̀ mímọ́. Alága àjọ náà Alhaji Sikiru Hasan ló pàrọwà náà lásìkò tó ń ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ikọ̀ elétò ìròyìn náà lórí iléeṣẹ́ àjọ tó mójútó ìrìn àjò lọ sí Mọ́kà l'Àbújá. Ó fi yé ni pé ikọ̀ náà ló ṣe àkójọ àwọn oníròyìn láti iléeṣẹ́ ìwé ìròyìn móhùnmáwòrán àti rédíò tó fi mọ́ àwọn oníròyìn láti orí ẹ̀yọ ayélujára káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà àti olú-ìlú rẹ̀ Àbújá. Ó jẹ́ kó yé ni wípé ètò ti tò láti jẹ́ kí kíkó àwọn èèyàn yìí lọ sí pápákọ̀ òfurufú kò yà kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ adelé alága àjọ tó mójútó ìwọléwọ̀de àwọn èèyàn lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí Alhaji Idris Isachere ti sọ pé àjọ náà ti ṣe tán láti ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àjọ yìí èyí tó wà fún ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ hajj lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà kí ìrìn àjò iṣẹ́ hajj fún tọdún 2022 kó lè kẹsẹ̀ járe. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ ìdánilójú yìí lásìkò tí ó kàn sí alága tó wà fún ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ hajj lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà Alhaji Sikiru Hasan ní ọ́fíìsì rẹ̀. Ní báyìí ẹ jẹ́ àtakọ́sọ́ sí abala ìròyìn eré ìdárayá fún tàlẹ́ òní. Mínísítà fọ́rọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ àti ìdàgbàsókè eré ìdárayá Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Sunday Dare ti rọ adarí ẹgbẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Super Eagles Desperado láti ṣe àlàkalẹ̀ ikọ̀ tí yóò dáńtọ́ tí yóò kópa nínú ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ tí yóò wáyé lọ́la kí ó lè ṣàgbékalẹ̀ àwọn agbábọ́ọ̀lù tó yanrantí. Ọmọ́táyọ̀ Adébádún ti ẹ̀ka ìròyìn eré ìdárayá ti iléeṣẹ́ yìí mú ròyìn wò ẹ̀jẹ̀ àgbọ̀n tó ń bọ̀.
Ìdàgbàsókè ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ Sunday Dare ti rọ olùkọ́ tuntun fún ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Super Eagles OSBC láti ṣàtúnṣe sí ikọ̀ Super Eagles lọ́nà àti jẹ́ kí ikọ̀ náà mú yanyan sí i. Lónìí ni mínísítà ṣe ìpàdé pọ̀ pẹ̀lú OSBC níbi tí mínísítà ti jẹ́jẹ́ àtìlẹ́yìn fún Pizarro láti máa ṣèrànwọ́ fún nípasẹ̀ àjọ tó mójútó bọ́ọ̀lù aláfẹsẹ̀gbá lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí NFF kí ó lè bá a láṣeyọrí. Mínísítà Sunday Dare wá ké sí olùkọ́ náà láti sán ṣòkòtò ẹ̀ kólé níbi ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ kò mẹ́sì ọyọ àkọ́kọ́ kojú orílẹ̀-èdè Sierra Leone lọ́la ní pápá ìṣeré Moshood Abiola tó wà l'Àbújá. Ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun tó ń bọ̀ ní ikọ̀ Super Eagles yóò lọ kojú orílẹ̀-èdè Sao Tome níbi ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ kejì kò mẹ́sì ọyọ ọ̀hún. Nínú ìròyìn míì, ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Liverpool ti kọ mílíọ̀nù lọ́nà £30 tí ikọ̀ Bayern Munich fẹ́ fún wọn láti ra adìọwọ́ iwájú mú fún ikọ̀ náà Sadio Mane tó jẹ́ ọmọ 30 ọdún ọ̀hún ní àdéhùn rẹ̀ yóò wá sópin nínú ikọ̀ Liverpool lọ́dún yìí. Ṣáájú ni ikọ̀ Liverpool ti kọ̀ láti gba mílíọ̀nù £21 lọ́wọ́ ikọ̀ Bayern Munich. Ní sáà tó ń bọ̀ ní àdéhùn Sadio Mane àti akẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ Mo Salah yóò tẹnubodò tí Bayern Munich sì ti ṣetán láti tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn ọlọ́dún 3 pẹ̀lú Mane. Khadijat Lukman fún iléeṣẹ́ OSBC.
ẹkùn kan lórílẹ̀‐èdè Cameroon Augustine Fongawa ti sọ di mọ̀ pé ọlọ́pàá 5 ti jọlọ́run nípè níbi ìkọlù kan tó wáyé lẹ́kùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn Cameroon ní Njatapon lẹ́kùn Kopatamu lápá ibi tí wọ́n ti ń sọ èdè Faransé ní ẹnu ibodè ẹkùn méjèèjì tí wọ́n ti sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àti Faransé táwọn àjàgbara ọ̀hún ti bára wọn ṣe fàǹfà láti ọdún 2016 ni wọ́n ti gbẹ̀mí ẹni tá à ń sọ nípa rèé. Gómìnà Hawa tó fìdí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún múlẹ̀ kò sọ ní pàtó àwọn tí wọ́n dán iṣẹ́ ìdàlú náà wò. Gómìnà Fọ́nká wá fìdí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún múlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n kò sọ òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ nípa rẹ̀. kò ní jù báyìí lọ lórí àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ta lẹ́wùní Kamil Abdulrahim lolóòtú ìròyìn darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́la nígbà tá a sì mọ̀ wọ́n àwọn ìròyìn wa fún yín ní kọ̀ọ̀kan èjì tí dèrò là ń dágbére pé ká sùn láyọ̀ kájí láyọ̀ ó dàrú.
StarTimes ti dé pẹ̀lú eré alárinrin white flower bí ẹ ti mọ̀ pé a fẹ́ràn yín la ṣe pinnu láti ṣe àfihàn white flower eré òde òyìnbó sí èdè Yorùbá fún ìgbádùn yín agbẹjọ́rò Dante Cruz àti aya rẹ̀ ló ṣe kún jẹ́ ikú òjì lọ́wọ́ àwọn agbanipa látàrí ẹ̀rí ìwà àjẹbánu èyí tí ó tọpinpin lórí gómìnà Julio Andante àti ọmọ rẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n orí kó ọmọ wọn Lily yọ ní ọjọ́ náà ta ló pa mòfin ọ̀hún kí ni padàbọ̀ Lily sílùú Andante white flower yóò mọ̀ wá sójú ìwòran yín lórí ìkànnì ST Yorùbá lóṣù karùn-ún yìí láti ọjọ́ ajé sí ọjọ́ ẹtì dédé aago 8 àṣálẹ́ lórí ìkànnì táwa yìí ST Yorùbá ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire.
It is our duty that we owe to our great dear motherland to enhance her and to boost her in the eyes of all the world. Egalitarianism is our national watchword. Equality of good fortune must be to each sure reward. Liberty and brotherhood are the goals for which we'll strive, plus progress, plus plenty, and all the good things of life. Up, up, Nigeria, and take thy rightful place. It is thy birthright and thy destiny, Africa's leading light to be.
kéékèèké pẹ̀lú oníṣòwò ńláńlá ẹjọ́ tí kì í channel o lè jọjà yìí tàyẹ sọ fún wọn. OSBC lókè balẹ̀ yìí channel 32 UHF náà lẹ́ sọ. 32 kí ló ń ṣe níbẹ̀ gan òjijì tún lè ṣàdùrẹ́ ṣe ọmọ. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ àsìkò ní àjọyọ̀ àjò. Ṣògo kọ́ ni lọ́gbọ́n lọ́lọ́kan òjò kan. Àwọn orin àsìkò tó tún bá gbà mú gidi. Ẹ ṣe publicity fún business tí a jáwó. Ìwọ lọ rí wọn tún lè ṣàdó bàbá ọgbọ́n. Ṣòkòrò kí lókè balẹ̀ náà wà o. Ṣòkòrò kí lókè balẹ̀ náà wà o.
A very good evening to you and welcome to NT's News Top Table, where you get an extra feel of Nigerian stories treated with unique insight. Tonight, politics leads the pack at the moment of decision finally came for the ruling All Progressives Congress, the APC. The presidential primary of the party held in Abuja saw former Lagos State Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu clinching the ticket to fly the party's flag in the 2023 presidential race, having defeated 12 other aspirants. On the heel of the unfortunate Uwu Catholic Church attack comes the changing narrative of voluntary blood donation culture, just as we beam our searchlights on religious harmony among the Nigerian populace. We shall take you to the Niger Delta for the latest achievement in the war against illegal oil bunkering. Have you ever imagined just how beautiful Nigeria looks when viewed through the iris of a moving camera? We have that. Remember the saying that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Then join us for a story that would get you started if you are a student who decided to take a back seat while the ASU strike lingers. There's a bit on health, including the trending monkeypox disease. We have all these and much more on our lineup. So stay with us as the taste of the pudding is in the eating. I am Fatima Umarbuba, and this is News Extra. We welcome you all. The newly elected flag bearers of the governing All Progressives Congress Party for the next general elections across the country have been urged to be magnanimous in victory as the party forges unity of purpose towards retaining power in 2023. President Muhammadu Buhari, who made the appeal, said aspirants who lost or conceded at the primaries must equally maintain the spirit of sportsmanship and continue to stand by the party for a resounding victory at the general elections. State House correspondent Adam Musombo reports.
My fellow party members and compatriots,
it was indeed a long night for the APC delegates at the Eagle Square, and President Muhammadu Buhari cannot help but sincerely appreciate their patience, tenacity of purpose, and peaceful conduct during the special national convention. He equally commended all those who contested the primary election for their courage, commitment to the ideals of the APC, and desire to serve the nation at the highest level.
I cannot overemphasize that the principal challenge before us is the need to keep a united front in the overall interest of the party. I want to assure you and the entire National Working Committee members of my support. Please do not hesitate to call on me and all other appropriate quarters for the help that will propel our great party to the victory that we all seek. Please let us work collectively in the interest of our great party and our great country.
President Buhari used the opportunity to remind Nigerians of the terrible situation inherited by his administration on coming to power in 2015. He said apart from a nearly dead economy, infrastructural decay, as well as unpaid salaries, wages, and pensions for months in many states, vast areas of the country were also under insurgent control, and internationally, Nigeria and Nigerians were despised.
Your APC government has changed all that. Our response to any new challenges, whether banditry, kidnapping, insurgency, has been prompt and head-on. Rehabilitation of infrastructure has taken place on a massive scale. Our response to coronavirus is second to none in Africa. We have made substantial progress in governance, in implementing reforms, in democratic processes, and in social care. We are now respected in Africa and across the world.
The major achievements by the APC government, President Buhari said, are historic and far-reaching, hence the need for the governing party to not only win the election next year, but continue in the improvement of the visible landmarks.
We should not allow the PDP to drag the country backwards.
The Nigerian leader had promised to provide the desired leadership in the task of ensuring that APC retains power by recording its third straight victory at the polls. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In the meantime, former governor of Lagos State and leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been declared winner of the party's 2022 presidential primary election ahead of the 2023 general elections. He scored 1,271 votes to defeat his closest contenders, Rotimi Amechi and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who scored 316 and 235 votes, respectively. Salihu Gwanara reports.
Hereby declare Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential candidate of our party in the forthcoming 2023 presidential election.
The All Progressives Congress standard bearer emerged less than 24 hours to the deadline given by the electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, to political parties to submit names of candidates ahead of the 2023 general elections. Ahmed Bola Tinubu is the second aspirant to get the party's presidential ticket after President Muhammadu Buhari since its formation. He reaffirmed his desire to build a new Nigeria by consolidating on the foundation of prosperity laid by the current administration.
The competition is now over. Those who did not support me, you have nothing to fear. I hold no grudges and grievance. Let us each agree. We have to be tolerant, perseverance, and love for each other.
The victory of Ahmed Bola Tinubu did not come as a surprise to party members.
Congratulations to members of APC and also to the spirited effort of the northern governors and the progressive governors.
One thing he made, which is very significant, is that he's going to turn the economy from a consuming economy to a productive economy.
We've never doubted that Nigeria is on the right track from the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, and we believe the party is going to ensure all it can to make sure Nigeria continues that way.
We want to charge on the candidate of our party to please ensure that it drives unity among the members of our party and puts young people and women first in its policy decision-making.
23 presidential aspirants started the journey. 9 withdrew before the decision of majority of the delegates produced Ahmed Bola Tinubu from Eagle Square, venue of the APC Special Convention and Presidential Primary. Salihu Gwanara, NTA News.
Oh, we'll still stick with the special national APC convention that just ended, and we're going to discuss the president's address at the convention. And with me to discuss that is Mr. Osita. He is the Director General, Voice of Nigeria. Welcome to News Extra.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Even though I saw you earlier in the morning, you discussed a lot about the convention. That was before the results. Now you're here. The result is out. We know who emerged as the flag bearer of the APC. So,
Let's talk about the president's address at the convention. He spoke a lot, and then before that, there were a lot of talks about the president wanting to anoint, his successor, until when he came out to say no, and he cleared the air. So was there any time of such that something like that happened, or is it just hearsay?
Thank you very much for the very germane question you asked. One, about a few months ago, the speculations was, oh no, Mr. President doesn't want to go, he wants to extend his tenure. President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, in several occasions, had demonstrated that he doesn't want to stay. Even at a certain point, said he's going to back to Daura, May 29th, 2023. And to justify that and validate it, he validated the 2022 Electoral Act. Yes, in an interview earlier in the year, he said he had a preferred candidate. He's not going to display, to let the world know who he is for his own interest and for the protection of the individual. Later, he held meetings with governors and also said, let us go for consensus. And the market was abused. Oh no, the man, as a dictator, he wants to impose his candidate, he wants to do that. But let me start by congratulating Mr. President for, at the end of the day, helping the All Progressive Congress, our great party, that a lot of traducers have speculated that by the presidential convention, the APC will explode. Because Mr. President will impose a candidate, and immediately he does so, the rest will walk away. At a certain point, when the former chairman of the party, His Excellency John Oyego, concluded his screening panel, oh, no. These people have been disqualified, the other one has been disqualified, this and that. At the end of the day, nobody was disqualified.
Okay.
Only very few that decided not to turn up at the convention did not have their time to tell the members of the APC and the leadership of our great party, and the Nigerian people, by extension, what they have in stock. So Mr. President had demonstrated that he had no time, to muzzle.
Okay.
And for God's sake, whether you like Mr. President or you do not too much like Mr. President, if you go through the 2022 Electoral Act, Mr. President validated what I call the vote rigging vaccine, whereby the presiding officer at the polling unit level will electronically accredit you by taking your picture and your thumbprint to cross-check what you have your PVC. And it's no more the days you walk away to do a farming or your business to come back to vote. You vote instantly. So Mr. President has absorbed that. Okay. And I congratulate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu
for the success.
For his success.
Yes, and the big.
And for the network he had built.
All right.
Because for the APC today, they said we will implode, we did not implode.
Okay, so it's
APC unlike PDP. I'm coming, Haja. APC unlike PDP. Some southern governors supported another candidate. While about 13 northern governors supported a southern candidate, which is what I call hoisting the national unity flag for tomorrow. So that tomorrow, a lot of us, or those who are coming behind after us, will now know that their choice of candidature is not based on where he's coming from.
I wish I could talk to you more, but that's what we can take. We have limited time. I will have a lot.
No, the limited time we have is also good for the people to know that some of the taunts, though we accept it because we are the ruling party.
Yes.
We have to bear the brunt. But we have acquitted ourselves unlike the PDP
Well,
that had rotation in their constitution.
How I wish, like I said, Mr. Osita, we can go on and on. You know, it's
next time, please. Next time, find time.
Yes,
because we are two political parties on
actually.
No.
We have other platforms.
Brian,
yes.
News had more audience.
Okay, so the thing is that let's just. Okay, so thank you so much for coming on News Extra.
I appreciate
moving on now, the tale of the prosperity of the new Lagos will be incomplete without making reference to the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Akojopo Ahmed Tinubu. At 70, he has weighed his political influence to create a shift in infrastructural development as one of the leading aspirants for the 2023 presidential elections. He is hoping to extend his feet across all zones of the country. Michael Olaleye has an insight into his life as a politician.
If symbols are elements that portray personality, then it is a statement of fact that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu epitomizes freedom. This is visible by not just the design of broken shackles inscribed on virtually all his scarves, but also the critical role he played in the pro-democracy agitations of the National Democratic Coalition, NADECO, in the early 90s, which culminated to the present democratic dispensation.
We came in with a whole lot of hope as APC leaders.
The former Lagos West senatorial candidate in 1992 on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, was a successful accountant before venturing into politics.
Living on earth. This morning, given thanks.
Although the Senate was dissolved in 1993 by the then military head of state, General Sani Abacha, but the relentless zeal to serve the people favored Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 1999 as he became the third civilian governor of Lagos State. Being the #1 citizen in a state known as the 5th largest economy in Africa did not just expand the political frontiers of Bola Tinubu, but increased his popularity among Nigerians who were enchanted by his well-detailed master plan aimed at restructuring the Lagos metropolis, which was then becoming a global icon for describing slum in Africa. While in the Sadu as Lagos governor, Bola Tinubu combined his wealth of experience with world-renowned organizations like Mobi Oil and GTE Service Corporation to open up road infrastructure while investing massively on the education sector. He was the last man standing in the Southwest in 2003 when other governors in the region lost re-election bid to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. And one of the key decisions taken, which continues to shape discussions on local government administrations in Nigeria, is the expansion of the 20 local government areas in the state to 37 local council development areas, although not without criticism.
Our logo is a broom. Bunched together.
At the end of his tenure in 2007, Bola Tinubu has not only garnered an army of supporters within the political cycle in Lagos, but became a determinant factor when it comes to influencing political decisions in the mega city. This is evident in the role played in the emergence of his successors. The expansion of the defunct Action Congress across the 6 states within the Southwest geopolitical zone coincided with the rise and fame of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and when opportunity came for the establishment of a mega party, prelude to 2015 general elections, he was active in negotiations. Fast forward to today, the coalition of some political parties, now known as the All Progressives Congress, APC, did not just end 16 years of the PDP rule, but has served 8 years in the Sadu at the presidential level. The scramble to retain this position beyond this period has long started, and the Jagaban, as fondly called, is a major contender in the race. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NT News.
Meanwhile, Presidential Standard Bearer of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has congratulated Bola Ahmed Tinubu for emerging as the All Progressives Congress Party's presidential candidate, attributing the victory to Tinubu's tenacity in a hard-fought contest. Similarly, President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, says Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidential candidature in the All Progressives Congress, APC, has reassured his party of winning the 2023 presidential poll. He notes that the success of the event again demonstrated the capacity of APC as a great party to run its internal affairs smoothly. Senator Lawan notes that as a loyal party member, he remains committed to the party at all times and will always be available to work for its success. The Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, is equally enthused that his political mentor, whom he calls a hero, has won the APC ticket, which he says is well-deserved, considering Tinubu's years of working for the entrenchment and strengthening of democracy in Nigeria. The Speaker, however, urges Tinubu to be magnanimous in victory, as that has been his attitude, and carry other aspirants along for the party's victory at the general elections. Gbajabiamila also lauds President Muhammadu Buhari and the leadership of the party for providing the enabling level ground for all aspirants to present themselves to the party's delegates for the contest. Meanwhile, Niger State Governor and Chairman, North Central Governors Forum, Abubakar Sani Bello, describes the choice of Tinubu amongst other qualified candidates as an expression of confidence of the teaming party delegates across the country. With the conclusion of the All Progressives Congress presidential primary elections in Abuja, the nation's capital, stakeholders are calling for a more united and stronger party in preparation for the 2023 general elections. Aisha Uba Ali, who was at the venue of the event, brings us reactions.
That was the mood at the Eagle Square after the announcement of the APC standard bearer, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It has been days of sleepless nights for APC stakeholders to ensure a successful convention with one person emerging as the standard bearer.
So I'm happy, and for APC, it's a very good achievement having Bola Tinubu to be the flag bearer of our great party.
For many party members, the fate of the party in the bid to clinch the #1 seat now lies with the electorate.
The APC election has finally come to an end and results have been announced with the standard bearer emerging. But the jubilation at the Eagle Square is something else. People are reacting, party supporters are reacting to this victory.
Nigeria, according to some stakeholders, should expect greater transformation eventually if the party wins.
We have always known that this party promised our country change, and the time came for us to stand up to that promise, and I'm glad that we have stood up to it, and we have achieved this very unique success that we achieved today.
So he's been around, he's very experienced, he has friends all over the whole country. He will bring the best team together to move this country forward.
I expect prosperity.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerged the standard bearer with 1,271 votes, defeating 12 other aspirants. In Abuja, Aisha Obali, NTA News.
As activities in the political landscape intensify, the game seems not to be favoring the female folk as they continue to lose out on elective positions. This played out again as the only female presidential aspirant of Young Progressive Party, YPP, Ruby Chinenye, lost out to her male counterpart, Malik Ado Ibrahim, who emerged candidate of the party at its third national convention and presidential primaries. Joseph Austin reports.
Among these two presidential aspirants, Ruby Chinenye and Malik Ado Ibrahim, is that young, energetic, and vibrant Nigerian who the Young Progressives Party, YPP, says will lead a powerful wave that will consume the whole country and turn things around for good if given a chance.
I believe and I know that no
nobody should be induced before choosing the next leader that will bring about the social change that you need.
70 accredited delegates of the party queue behind the aspirants of their choice, with the electoral umpire of the party counting. Malik Ado Ibrahim pulled out 66 votes to beat Ruby Chinenye, who has only 4 delegates standing with her.
After being Undersecretary of the United Nations gives me a particular perspective that the youth need to enjoy in Nigeria. You give them jobs based on what they want, not what you want. You give them opportunities.
YPP is a party made up of mostly the younger generation, who are hopeful here that the 2023 general election will provide another opportunity for them to take over the leadership of the country and drive development for a progressive future. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Now, up ahead on News Extra, aftermath of Owo Catholic Church attack, residents harking to the clarion call for voluntary blood donation to save lives of victims as we shine the spotlight on religious harmony in Nigeria. These and more right after this time out. See you in just a moment.
Hello, everyone. Hope you people have linked your NIN now. Don't be like my son, Oshegu, who had to wait for his land to be disconnected.
Yes, oh, mommy, but I am now reconnected. Yes. I went to Airtel shop, enrolled for my NIN, and we registered my line. Simple and short, no stress. It didn't end there. Airtel rewarded me with a no-vest bonus of 20,000 naira free airtime and data to access all my social media accounts. If you already have NIN, all you need to do is dial *121# or visit the Airtel website to get link up. Get on it.
Airtel, the smartphone network. It is an offense punishable by a fine of 10 million naira and or imprisonment for any agency of the federal government other than FIRS to demand for books or returns for the purposes of tax. It is also an offense to carry out the function of assessment, collection or enforcement of tax, or pay any portion of tax revenue to any person or into any account other than the relevant accounts designated by the Constitution or relevant laws of the National Assembly. It pays to pay your tax. This message is brought to you by the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS.
Governor Udom Emmanuel took office with a clear vision to industrialize Akwa Ibom State. Milestone by milestone, he's bringing that vision to life through massive investments in quality education, accessible healthcare, agriculture and infrastructure, new roads and bridges linking communities to opportunities, facilities designed for the world's leading businesses, and factories established through partnerships to create jobs and add value to the economy. We're building a bright, inclusive future where Akwa Ibom stands as the gateway to the region and the hub for West Africa. We're committed to that vision, and we're well on our way to arriving at that destination.
Akwa Ibom. Ami, Madakanda.
Have you been disconnected because you didn't link your national identification number to your MTN number? Don't worry. If you already have your NIN, here are 5 easy ways to reconnect. 1. Dial *785#. 2. Text your NIN to 785. 3. Use WhatsApp to chat with Ziggy. 4. Use the My MTN NG app. 5. Visit mtn.ng/NIN. Whatever method you choose, make sure you get a confirmation message. If you don't have an NIN, simply visit www.mtn.ng to book an appointment, or just walk into an MTN store NIMC center near you. What are we doing today?
Here is a very tough guy who knocks out every opponent, but now he's been knocked down by malaria.
Amatem soft gel.
Amatem soft gel makes treating malaria easy. Amatem soft gel is a game changer.
The opponent is down! Amatem soft gel. I good to come on malaria for body.
Available for adults and children. Say no to malaria. Yes to life.
Stop the proliferation of illicit small arms and light weapons. It is estimated that there are over 6 million illicit arms in circulation in Nigeria, and this has led to the untimely death of innocent citizens. This huge number and overflow of weapons in the country have needless.
ṣé níbẹ̀ gan òjijì tún lè ṣàdùrẹ́ ṣe ọmọ. wọ́n sọ